Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, Sarah Forhetz here, flying solo today. Ethan is off. It is May 1st, if you can believe that. May Day. It's also Ethan's birthday. You can tell him happy birthday in the comments, but that's actually not why he's off work today. Here's a look at your news, though, for this Friday. Missouri voters could soon decide the future of the state's income tax, and it may happen sooner than expected. A proposal to phase out the income tax over 5 years could appear on the August ballot instead of the November one. Governor Mike Kehoe has until May 22nd to choose whether to call that early vote or not. Now, as you know, typically the turnout in August is much lower than November, which could impact the outcome of the measure, which would have major budget implications. Also, supporters say eliminating the tax would boost the economy, but opponents warn it could shift costs to sales taxes instead and thus strain some of the state services. Springfield city leaders are working through a tight budget right now, despite some strong sales tax revenue in the city. The proposed general fund for the next fiscal year sits at about $172 million, but the demands actually far exceed that amount. City departments asked for 90 new positions, and only a handful are included in the plan. Public safety remains a top priority with some funding for mental health services and equipment, but a lot of requests at this point are left out. Council will hold a public hearing later this month before a final vote is expected in June. At the state capitol, lawmakers are pushing new education legislation as the session enters its final weeks. One proposal would require public schools to post clear, easy-to-read financial reports online. Now, supporters say that will improve transparency, but critics argue it will just add extra work for the school districts. The measure has become part of a larger package of education bills, now sparking partisan debate. Lawmakers face a May 15th deadline to pass any remaining legislation this session. Former Springfield City Manager Greg Burris is turning his focus to the future of volunteerism. Very interesting. Burris is pursuing a graduate certificate in foresight, studying how civic service may evolve in the next decade. He's also stepping away from a local nonprofit role to join a national fellowship based in D.C. His work will explore how factors like the economy and social trends could shape volunteer efforts. Burris says he plans to write a book sharing his findings and possible future scenarios. A popular Springfield U-Pick farm is under new ownership just in time for strawberry season. Tasty Acres Strawberries was purchased earlier this month by a local couple that has roots in agriculture. The farm features strawberries, elderberries, and a new vegetable garden with some classes and events already planned. Recent hail damage has created some challenges for them, prompting temporary price reductions for customers. Owners say they are also donating some of the harvest to help local food relief efforts. A new restaurant is coming to West Springfield, bringing a familiar name back to the scene. This is interesting. Cesar Ortiz, the co-founder of a well-known local Mexican restaurant, is opening a new concept in the former Red's Giant Hamburg location. The new spot will feature authentic dishes and a very fun, wrestling-themed atmosphere. The project represents more than $1 million in investment and will create about 15 new jobs. A soft open is expected late next month as development continues on Springfield's west side. It has been busy over there. A longtime Springfield landmark, meanwhile, could soon have a new owner as the property that once housed Taylor's Drive-In is now on the market. The site near Traffic Way in Kimbrough is listed for $600,000, but does not include the restaurant name. Now, the classic steak burger spot first opened in 1947 and was a favorite for generations of locals. The restaurant closed more than 2 years ago as owner Darlene Collins stepped away to focus on her health. The listing includes just over an acre of land and a building equipped for restaurant use, with some buyer interest already reported. The site also offers potential for extra income through a billboard lease and parking. The current owner has chosen to keep the Taylor's name, saying she wants to protect its legacy and reputation. Real estate agents say the property's history and central location are driving very strong early interest. So we'll see if that becomes something different. Well, there's a look at your news on this Friday. I hope you have a great one. Hope you are enjoying the Route 66 Centennial Celebration. All the festivities can be found on our website, aroundtheozarks.com. Just click on the events calendar. Lots of things happening again today and tomorrow and Sunday. Should be a fantastic weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good one. We'll see you on Monday morning.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, Taylor Gruba Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here is your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Temperatures to start out this morning are cool. Once again, we've got numbers in the mid 40s this morning, starting out about 45 degrees here in Springfield. It is going to warm up today, but not too much. Mid 60s in the forecast for the afternoon high. I have a north breeze in the forecast at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and it is going to end up being a cooler than normal day once again. But plenty of sunshine is expected across the Ozarks today. So overall, it will be nice, but just know that you might want a light jacket even if you're heading out this afternoon, as temperatures will remain below average and not get much above the mid 60 point. I do have warmer weather in the forecast for the weekend. We'll start to see a bit of a warming trend, and things are looking pretty good for us for the next few days. We're talking about a calmer pattern in place. We've got mostly dry conditions with cooler than normal temperatures in place through the end of the week. Over the country, we do have some activity again down in central and eastern Texas. Places there still dealing with some flash flooding threats. That's extending onto the Gulf Coast into portions of Louisiana and Mississippi. There's also some snowfall expected today out over the Rockies and some unsettled weather with shower activity for the Northeast as well. Also, much of the country is seeing below normal temperatures. We're getting a taste of that too here in the Ozarks. Temperatures are expected to warm back up to near average early next week. So we see a bit of a pattern change late in the weekend into early next week. Overall, though, Saturday looks a little bit cooler than normal, with high temperatures making their way to the mid 60s again. And then we'll start to see a warm up with 70s expected on Sunday, and we should stay in the 70s through at least the early part of next week. Also next week, we have a pattern change coming Monday night with storm chances returning to the forecast. I also think that's going to come along with some warmer temperatures. So the warmth will be nice, but it does mean the threat for storms is back in the forecast for early next week. Today, I'm talking about a high temperature of 64 degrees here in Springfield with mostly sunny skies. It will be chilly overnight. I have a low temperature of 39 degrees. It's going to be cold to start on Saturday morning if you're heading to any area soccer games. We have very low potential for some morning frost, maybe in the valleys, both Saturday and Sunday morning. So something to keep in mind if you have any sensitive plants outdoors. And by Sunday, we're talking about the mid 70s being back in the forecast. We're in the upper 70s again by Monday. So our cooler than normal temperatures don't last too long. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's that snowfall that I mentioned for portions of the central Rockies. That's going to be out there to end the work week. We also have showers and thunderstorms for the mid-Mississippi Valley with a lingering flash flood threat for portions along the Gulf. I mentioned that. All eyes on the Gulf as we look at another round of potentially heavy rain there. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question. And the question that I had for you yesterday was this: what company was initially known as Blue Ribbon Sports? Do you think that was A, Nike, B, Under Armour, C, Adidas, or D, Lululemon? Well, you may know this if you watched the documentary, but the answer is A, Nike. They had a big rebrand, and the swish came aboard. Everyone decided much more successful than Blue Ribbon Sports, but that was the original name. So congrats. If A was your guess, you will now be entered to win a $50 gift card to Godfather's Pizza. All right, here's your next chance to win. I will have this answer for you on Monday morning. Who is the most followed person on Instagram? Do you think it is A, Kylie Jenner, B, Kim Kardashian, C, Taylor Swift, or D, Cristiano Ronaldo? If you think you know, you can head to my website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Click on the trivia question and you can submit your guess there. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It'll be a great day in the Ozarks, mid-60s and sunshine for this afternoon. We're dry through Sunday. Rain and storm chances return Monday night. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a great one. I'll be back to chat with you bright and early, first thing, Monday morning. See you there.